Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Call Me Mr. Broadstreet. So today I'm going to do a more proper review as compared to my Off the Beatle Path midweek review. The item I'm reviewing today is Photograph, the very best of Ringo Starr. This came out on August 28th, 2007 in the United States. And there we go. So it's a greatest hits collection. It's a CD, and the version I have is a DVD. So basically, it was a limited edition CD and DVD combo. Different pressings of this, subsequent pressings, they have just the CD itself. You can get the songs themselves also on streaming. So just to kind of let folks know about that. I'm just going to say off the bat, this is essential. This definitely replaces a lot of other earlier Ringo compilations out there, a lot of the earlier greatest hits. It didn't chart in the US or the UK. Did chart at number 84 in Japan, however, upon release. So go figure. But it's kind of a shame. I mean, it's a really good collection. I'm going to kind of get into just some of the tracks. I'm not going to quite go track by track like I would with a normal album. I'll just say right off the bat as well, if you're enjoying these videos, if you please just remember to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and please just all the likes are appreciated, all the subscriptions are appreciated, everything like that. So just thank you all for listening and continuing on the journey with me. All right, so on the CD side, we've got 20 tracks. I'm going to see if I can put that close to the camera, right there. So a good solid 20 tracks. There's a couple I probably would have added to the collection myself. Drowning in the Sea of Love is one I would have added from the 1977 album Ringo IV. It was released as a single, and it's kind of a personal favorite of mine, even though it didn't chart. I just think it's a good song, in my opinion. Another one I would have added would be from 2005, the album closer to Choose Love. It's a song called Free Drinks. So that's a really good track. In fact, after you're done listening to this review, I highly recommend putting on that song Free Drinks by Ringo from that 2005 album. Just a great track, in my opinion. So as I said, 20 tracks here. It's definitely got some U.S. top 10s. It's got 8 U.S. top 10 hits. So just to kind of go over some of the hits real quick. Photograph, that was a number 1 hit. It Don't Come Easy, that was a number 4 hit. Back Off Boogaloo, that was a number 9 hit. Don't Come Easy was released in 1970. Back Off Boogaloo was 1972. Photograph from 1973, which is the Ringo album. You're 16, a cover song, that was number 1 in 1973. Oh My, also from the Ringo album, 1973, which, interestingly, for the more casual fans out there, the Ringo album itself had also John, Paul, and George on it, although not all of them appear on one track. They're all kind of scattered throughout a couple different tracks on that particular album. From 1974, we have a couple other top 10 hits. We've got Only You, again, I think a cover song, number 6 in 1974. Song called Snookeroo, number 3 in 1974. And No Song from 1974. Those are all from the Goodnight Vienna album. Great solid album. I'll get into the album reviews later on at some point with the individual tracks and those. To round it out, there's at least a couple other top 40 US hits on the compilation here. It's all down to Goodnight Vienna, which, again, that's from the album Goodnight Vienna in 1974. You've got A Dose of Rock and Roll. That was from the Ringo Rotogravure album in 1976. I'm probably mispronouncing the title, but it is what it is. And then finally, the last top 40 song in the US that Ringo had was from Stop and Smell the Roses. That was from 1981. That was Rack My Brain, co-written by George Harrison. So looking through the compilation, you've also got 6 videos on the DVD. Get a DVD which contains Sentimental Journey, video for that, video for It Don't Come Easy, video for Back Off Boogaloo, video for You're 16, another song, Only You, And finally, a video from 1989, Act Naturally with Buck Owens. Act Naturally was previously done before 1989. Ringo had previously done that as a cover song on the Rubber Soul album in 1965. Bonus material, Goodnight Vienna, 60-second advertisement, which is very fun to watch on the compilation. There's a couple I would have put on here, though. There were some caveats. This is an essential album, I think as may have said on the top here, but, there's a couple videos you could have added, I think, and really rounded it out. Rack My Brain video, just a fun kind of Frankenstein-themed video from that single. Drowning in the Sea of Love, I think kind of a fun video. I think that takes place in a casino, if I'm not mistaken. Weight of the World, as I pointed out from 1992, as I pointed out from the Time Takes Time review, that's just a really good song, and I think a really good, solid fan favorite. I think also one live performance might have been good to add on to this. So, I mean, instead of just six tracks on the DVD, you could have had, 10, and I think that would have given a little bit more value for the money. I'm going to kind of contrast this a little bit with Best of Mick Jagger here. Now, I'm not going to do a full review of this. I may at some point cover this, but just to give you an idea, on the DVD itself, it's got 10 tracks plus an interview, and these both came out about the same time. Interesting little side note is that in the U.S., comparing Ringo as a solo artist to Mick Jagger as a solo artist, Ringo has more top 10 hits in the U.S., so just a fun little fact out there. Although Mick Jagger is part of this little band called the Rolling Stones. I think you might have heard of them. But anyways, like I said, just a very, very good, enjoyable album overall. I enjoyed just kind of listening to this on occasion, re-listening to it. Again, I'm just trying to look through any other tracks to see if I might have missed any. Never Without You, track number 17. That's a really good tribute to George Harrison. I think that was off of Ringo's 2003 album, which is escaping me at the moment for some reason. You'd think I've had them all memorized by now. But anyways, Never Without You, I know that was, pretty sure that was on his 2003 album. King of Broken Hearts, that's from Vertical Man. Solid album. Again, Weight of the World, Time Takes Time, 1992. Very solid album. That's a very solid latter-day career album. So again, just, a lot of good, solid tracks on this. I think you can't go wrong with picking this up. Again, with just the DVD, could have used a little bit more. CD, again, you could have probably put 2 more tracks on there, a couple more tracks on there at least for that. But again, even with all of those, I recommend just picking this up, add this to your collection. If you can't get the limited release, then certainly you could pick up the single CD release. If the single CD release is out of print, which it could be at this point, I'm not 100% certain. Again, any streaming service will have it, Apple iTunes. I mean, what more is there to say, really, then? We love Ringo. I think anybody with even that many top 10 and top 40 hits, that's not too shabby, especially within the first couple years of the Beatles breaking up. Certainly up to about 1975, 1976, a pretty solid run of hits. It's a little bit unfortunate that Ringo hasn't had as much chart success post-1981, but again, he's definitely had a strong string of albums after that point. Just a very, very good artist. We love him. It's just always great to have with any band. And I think the smart thing he's done with his career is whenever he's toured after 1989, when he started touring again with the All-Star Band, what he does is just kind of has himself, but he also has other artists as part of a package. So you do get kind of a greatest hits concert. I think the 2006 edition had Sheila E. on drums. I think they may have had... No, that was the Billy Preston that was on that group. But just a whole bunch of 70s and 80s artists. I think people like John Waite has been on some of Ringo's tours. I'm just trying to think of who else has been on the tours. Just a whole bunch of people. I think Dr. John was part of one of the tours, probably part of the 1989-1990 tour. So again, you do get that value for the money. And at this point, if Ringo decided to never release another piece of music, he's definitely secured, not only in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but just in the conversation about musical artists in general. He's just a very good, essential artist that we all love. I can't think of anybody that really doesn't like Ringo. I don't think I've run into anybody that has that attitude. But anyways, it was just kind of fun to re-listen and to just kind of, go through the album a little bit with you. My next review next week is I'm looking over at my bookcase, The Beatles After the Breakup, 1970 to 2000. That was a book by Keith Badman, a good research book. So I'm going to delve into a little bit of that, go into a little bit of memorabilia. So hopefully that'll provide some entertainment as well. But again, just thank you all, and please again, thumbs up, subscribe if you like the channel. Please keep watching. I hope everybody's safe, and see everybody during the next review, and hopefully a couple other surprise reviews as well in between during the week. But at the very least, I'll see everybody next Saturday. Have a good one.